While not usually center stage, Black Panther is one of the most important characters in comic book history. Why? He was the first black superhero to ever appear in mainstream American comics. Before him, there had been hardly any heroic characters of color, and certainly none with superpowers. Black Panther paved the way for other iconic comic book heroes like the Falcon, Luke Cage, the John Stewart version of Green Lantern, Storm, and Black Lightning, while forging his own path as King, Avenger, Street Fighter, and more. Now, after decades as a supporting character, it's Black Panther's turn to steal the spotlight as one of the most anticipated elements of Captain America: Civil War. This is his history. Like so many of Marvel's greatest heroes, Black Panther sprang from the minds of writer Stan Lee and artist Jack Kirby. As his origin goes, T'Challa is the leader of the African nation of Wakanda, who inherited the title and powers of the Black Panther from his father, T'Chaka. Those powers, by the way, include superhuman strength, senses, speed, agility, stamina, and healing. Also, according to Incredible Hulk number 601, he's one of the 8 smartest people on the planet. Like so many superheroes before him, it was the death of a paternal figure that inspired T'Challa's heroism. He adopted the mantle of Black Panther when his father bit the dust. Specifically, T'Chaka was murdered by the villainous Ulysses Klaue, who wanted to exploit Wakanda's supply of vibranium, a rare element that was used, among other things, to forge Captain America's shield.
I don't follow what comes out of Wakanda.
The strongest metal on Earth.
Eagle-eyed viewers will remember that Andy Serkis played Klaue in 2015's Avengers: Age of Ultron in scenes that took place in, you guessed it, Wakanda. Although he shared his name with the radical Black Panther Party, the character actually debuted a few months before the group's formation in October 1966. Still, the Black Panther Party's rise to prominence in the early 70s made Marvel editors uncomfortable enough to want to distance the character from the group, so they renamed him Black Leopard. Which, let's be real, sounds like a cologne Paul Rudd would use in Anchorman.
It's illegal in 9 countries.
A few months later, everyone realized this was dumb and the audience was smarter than that, so Marvel changed it back. Up until July 1973, Black Panther had been a guest star in other people's books. With Jungle Action number 5, yes, that was a comic. He got his first solo feature, and a critically acclaimed one at that, Panther's Rage, which ran for 13 issues. It's considered by many to be the first Marvel graphic novel in that it was a story arc that's self-contained, yet is informed by and influences the character's history and future, respectively. A 6-issue arc in which Black Panther took on the Ku Klux Klan followed. As trite or stereotypical as it may sound to have one of comics' only black superheroes take on the Klan, it's important to pause and take a look at the time. In 1976, the ideas of diversity and inclusion in storytelling weren't in the national consciousness as they are today. Tokenism wasn't even rampant yet, because to have tokenism, you need people to be tokens. In comics, really in most media, people of color were nearly invisible. Black Panther, as a hero, a member of the Avengers, and a star of solo series and later his own comics, helped increase this visibility. Speaking of solo comics, Black Panther eventually got his own later that year, and over the course of the next 40-some years would star in 5 other volumes. He even went on to become the star of Daredevil, taking over as protector of Hell's Kitchen after Matt Murdock got a case of the SADS and left town. One of the most significant members of the Marvel Universe to enter T'Challa's life was Ororo Munroe, better known as Storm and a member of the X-Men. Although the two had met when both were just teens, they reunited years later and were married in a large Wakandan ceremony attended by a who's who of Marvel superheroes. Here's a big old random for you. Storm's wedding dress was designed by the costume designer for the soap opera Guiding Light. In a bizarre bit of cross-promotion, Marvel then wrote a backstory featuring Guiding Light character Harley becoming a superhero and also played the story out in one episode of the soap.
Whoa. You really are a superhero.
That was far from the weirdest thing that happened on that show. But, because this is comics, Storm and Black Panther split up, despite being in the Fantastic Four for a while. Black Panther's importance to the Marvel Universe, after years of being a niche character, has grown in the last decade as Marvel became a multimedia empire. While he had appeared in animated TV fare like Fantastic Four, Iron Man Armored Adventures, The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and the Superhero Squad show, he got his own primetime animated series in 2010 via BET. Jaimin Hunsu voiced T'Challa in the motion comic style show, which ran for 6 episodes.
Maybe you just lop off the head of every newcomer who hits town.
If we did that, you wouldn't have yours.
The character also popped up in numerous Marvel-based video games, including Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, and more. The one thing that has eluded Black Panther, until now, has been the big screen. But all that will change when actor Chadwick Boseman, who played baseball player Jackie Robinson in 42 and music legend James Brown in Get On Up, makes his debut as T'Challa in Captain America: Civil War. Beyond that, we'll see him in his own solo movie opening on February 16, 2018, and almost certainly in the two-part Avengers: Infinity War after that. Based on audience reaction to his brief appearances in the trailer, it looks like it may be Black Panther's time to step into the spotlight. Are you a Black Panther fan? Would you rather wear Black Leopard than Sex Panther? Let us know in the comments or at Blaster on Twitter, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.
When you listen to the scripts, even with the involvement